What's up, you guys? Welcome back. So, my name is Daniel. I'm a bookkeeper for photographers. I was a photographer for 15 years and I'm spilling the beans. I'm sharing everything I know about starting a photography business with you guys. And the goal here is that you don't need to go purchase any courses. The goal here is that by the end of the week, you will be able to start bringing in income and owning and running a successful photography business. Now, I'm sharing everything that I've done in the past. I'm also sharing things that I would do differently because 15 years ago, things were done differently and things have changed. It's so much easier today to start a photography business and hit the ground running. And so I'm super stoked. If you're just joining, head over to my website. There you're going to find all the free course just laid out logically. I'm not asking for anything. I'm a bookkeeper, but I feel like I need to share this information because photography has been such an amazing career. It's been able to help me provide for my family. It's been able to give me that sense of creativity that is a part of who I am. I'm still photographing. You can see all my gear. I just got back from a shoot earlier today. So I'm still photographing. I'm mainly a bookkeeper now. So let me just share with you guys everything I know. So today we're talking about pricing, and this is just kind of the intro thought about pricing. This is just my thoughts about pricing. When I first started photography, I for sure had a scarcity mindset, which I think is true of like a lot of people in the photography world. And this is no hate, right? This is true of a lot of people in every industry, right? But in the world that I've sort of come to rub shoulders with and meet so many people and meet so many people from different backgrounds, etc., there is such a sense of like fear in regards to pricing, almost because it's too good to be true. I probably bring in $15,000 a month just shooting my particular niche, which you can head over to my website and see what I do. And I work maybe like maybe 10 days out of the month is like what I'm working, right? And so that's just to give you an idea. Now, to other people, that's nothing. That's chump change, right? That's what they're charging for one day. And that's totally cool because that's what they want to do and that's their lifestyle. And that's fantastic, right? This works for me and what I'm trying to do with my life in the moment. But that's just photography. And I'm just here to tell you guys, like, it's an amazing career. So let's talk about pricing. So every single type of job is different, but the whole sentiment behind the structure of your pricing is pretty much the same. Pricing is all about confidence and it's all about communication. It's communicating value and trust. If you on your website showed starting at $20,000 for a 6-hour wedding, right? I don't even know. I'm just making stuff up. That's for sure not unheard of. Lots of people do that. What would it take for you as someone who's just getting started? You started last week. What would it take for you to get there? And I don't mean like, here's a step-by-step sort of guide to get to $20,000 wedding, because maybe that's not even your goal. But what is the price that you need to and want to be able to charge for your service? And then what do you have to do to get there? For example, for me, photographing proposals, mainly, that's become sort of all I do now. What has it taken to get to a place where I'm charging at least $1,000 for a proposal? And that's 45 minutes of work, right? What does it take to get there? Well, I've created hours and hours of video explaining to my clients, like showing them my entire process, locations. I've done all the heavy lifting for them because a majority of my clients aren't from California. They've never been here. They're coming from out of the state and they want to see this stuff, right? If you're in New York City and you're coming to Big Sur, you want to be able to see this stuff with your eyes. So I went out and I've done all the work for them. I've found the locations. I've created the guides. I've created the whole entire system so that when people inquire through my website, the price actually is probably too low. I probably need to raise that because the first thing people say is, you are so organized, send me the contract right now. Let's get this secured and then we'll figure this all out later, right? They trust me immediately. They come in and there's a sense of trust there, right? It's through the research I've done, the communication I'm giving them, the information, the images. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I don't think I'm the greatest photographer on the planet. There's no doubt about that, right? I do a pretty good job and I really like my work and I like what I do, but I'm not that kind of person who's spending hours and hours editing my photos, if I'm going to be honest with you. This is like I shoot in the back of my camera what I want and to what I want to deliver, and that's what they get. Of course it's edited, etc., but like I'm not spending more than maybe 2 hours editing a session, right? For sure. And so that I say that to you as a word of encouragement to kind of give you the sense of like, if you are not the Lightroom Pro or the Adobe Acrobat or whatever, like the pro at Adobe Photoshop, then there's still a way for you to earn a decent living photographing proposals even, right? And so setting the price is kind of what is important here. So I think when we talk about numbers, I really don't like talking about numbers too much because you're in a completely different market. You have completely different goals. Someone, the $1,000 I just shared to someone else might be like, what do you mean? I want to charge $3,000 for a wedding or for a proposal. Great. You can totally do that. What would it take for me to start photographing a $3,000 proposal, 1 hour? Well, if I'm thinking about it right now, I would probably need to offer some kind of like incentive to get there, right? What a lot of people are asking for is like setups where they have like a floral setup with, a picnic area, etc., right? You get the idea. Maybe even throw in a Porsche rental for the day, right? I don't know. But remember, profit is not necessarily your revenue. So even though I'm charging the $3,000, I might not be profiting that $3,000, right? So there's so much to think about when it comes to pricing. This is just the intro, just to get you thinking. Pricing is all about trust and communication. Pricing is all about confidence. If you are bringing your packages down to some dirt cheap price, you might as well just be shooting for free because you're not making any money off of it. And what you're doing is you just really desperately need a portfolio, right? So maybe shoot for free. I don't know. But when you're dropping the price incredibly low, what you're going to attract is people who are interested in pricing. And that's not maybe your ideal client. Maybe it's someone who's actually passionate about this vision they have. And that's you as an artist who wants to participate in that vision and capture that. Different client, maybe different world, but think about pricing in terms of emotion. This is trust. It's so easy for someone to drop $40,000 on your service if they trust you. And so anyways, my name is Daniel. I'm a bookkeeper for photographers. Head over to my website. There is so many free resources for you. Excel sheets. There's every single email I send my wedding clients posted there on my website for free. And so this is all for you to just have because I want to hook you up and I want you to start a photography business. I want you to also head over to my TikTok and I want you to tell me, what did you do this week in terms of starting a photography business? Hopefully we're doing something amazing. Follow me and I'll follow you back. And I can't wait to see your journey.